This morning I got a comment from one of my viewers saying he's going to go and buy these headphones after watching my last video, and I instantly thought I need to make another video because I think I wasn't completely fair and impartial in my last video, so I should really call out the issues that I have with these so other people don't make the same mistake. And I instantly replied to him saying, don't waste your money, don't buy them, because they're very expensive. You can buy, for half the price, you can buy many other brands, including Bang & Olufsen. Hi and welcome back to the channel. As you know, I make videos about these products related to music and sound and sort of tech, because I love music and I'm an audiophile, at least I believe I am. So I'm trying to help others in making the right decision in buying the product. And when I bought this, I was very excited and I made a video which was more of a Bang & Olufsen fanboy kind of video. I was in love with these headphones and it wasn't as impartial and critical as it should have been. So I decided to do a follow-up. I've had them for a couple of years now. I bought them when they first came out. Can't remember when it was. It's November 2023. I think it's been a year and a half at least since I've had them, and I use them quite often. These are the H95s from Bang & Olufsen, and they come in this aluminium case. They look like this. So very fancy and good presentation. But in this time when we're talking about resources and saving the planet, I think this big bulky aluminium box is a bit pointless. So that's my first criticism. Yes, it's very beautiful, but it's pointless because it's only used to store the headphones when I'm at home. Otherwise, I never take this with me because it's heavy. I don't travel with it because it takes space in my luggage. If you're flying, every kilo adds additional weight, and I don't see the point. I just put these in between my sweaters or jackets or shirts, and that's enough. So I would rather that Bang & Olufsen reduce the price of these by £200 instead of spending the £200 making a very expensive box made out of aluminium, which is pointless. It just wasted sitting somewhere. Okay, so that's the first criticism. In my previous video, I talked a lot about these headphones and said how amazing they are and the sound quality is amazing, and I was in love and immersed in this. But after using them for a while, I have come across numerous issues that are very vital when you have a pair of headphones. So first thing is, headphones are meant to be carried around with you in town, in cafes, bars, I don't know, sometimes even going for a jog or a run, which if you're exercising, I would recommend using a smaller set of earphones instead of these, but obviously in the adverts and pictures they'll show you like you can do everything with it. What I'll do is I'll talk about the issues I have with it, and then I'll also talk about the good things. So it's not about just slating them, because it's a good brand and I bought their products for many years, but I have to be realistic about setting expectations of other people who are going to go and spend a lot of money on this. And these videos are not sponsored by Bang & Olufsen. I want them to be as real as possible. You'll find numerous videos online made by people just saying amazing things about the brands, because the brands send them the products and they make videos. So the brand gets product placement, the YouTuber makes money from the ads, and everyone's happy. So if they're really critical about the brand will stop sending them stuff. For me, I pay for these things. So if I go and put it in a wood chipper and destroy them, that's my prerogative. It's got nothing to do with Bang & Olufsen, because these are not loaned. These are mine and I have used them a lot. Okay, so first thing, when you put headphones on your ears, they should be comfortable. These ones are very bulky, so everyone has different preferences to how they feel with the headphones. For me, right now I'm wearing a cap, so the cap is anchoring them on my head. But if you weren't wearing a hat, these are so bulky and heavy that if you shake your head, even like that kind of movement, the headphone moves over your ear and it's a bit annoying. Second thing is, when you remove your headphones and you're sitting somewhere, you want to put them around your neck. Yes, you have the option to switch them like that or like that. But if you're wearing a jacket or something and it has a big collar, having these big conkers makes it difficult. The other thing is, these are attached by stupid magnets. Who came up with this idiotic idea to attach them with magnets? It's happened on numerous occasions where I've removed the headphones and these things have fallen off. And believe me when I say this, these are very expensive headphones, and to replace a set of these would cost a lot of money, so I don't want to lose them. And in the previous models, these were not easily removable. They were around the whole earpiece, and they kind of were locked into place by twisting it instead of having a magnetic thing. So you never felt worried about losing them. I had the H9i model and no problems whatsoever. So this is one thing. Second thing is, some of you who are regular overhead headphone users would know that the top bit of all these headphones gives most people a little bit of a headache. I don't know what it is, because these usually compress the scalp and maybe impede the blood supply. Whatever the case may be, after a while you have to move the headphones back and forth because the weight on the top starts giving you a little bit of a headache. So they put a little cushion on it, but still the actual frame, the metal, everything is really heavy. So you're putting a very heavy piece of equipment over your head, and obviously it weighs down. They're quite big, so that's another thing. Like if it's snowing outside or if it's cold and you want to go out and you want to have your headphones, when you put a hood on top of them, it is difficult because of the size of this. So if size is one of your concerns, I would really think twice before buying these. The H9i's that I had a very good feature. So if you remove them, they would pause the music. And Bang & Olufsen took away that feature because they said, oh, not enough people were using it. Well, first of all, I think most people used it if they knew how to use it. Because as with the technology within Bang & Olufsen being quite archaic, they didn't set it up correctly. The proximity sensors in those old ones, if you switched it on while you were not wearing them, it didn't measure the distance between your ear and that. So you had to put them on first, then switch them on for the proximity sensors to work properly. And which is why a lot of people just did not use that feature, because it was annoying. I found out because I went to one of the local dealers where I buy all my equipment from in Harrods. Thanks guys, you're great. They told me what the issue is and how to fix it, so I never had any problems. Then the other thing is that they have these touch sensitive things on the outside. Style-wise, look-wise, very cool, but practicality-wise, a bit annoying. So if I'm listening to music and someone wants to talk to me, if I had a button to press, that would be much simpler than tapping it, because when I tap it, I don't know exactly where I'm tapping. I don't have eyes looking out and over my ear, so I'm kind of guessing that I'm tapping in the middle. And while I'm doing this, the person trying to talk to me is like, what the fuck are you doing? And they obviously, you look like an idiot basically when you're doing this. The only solution is to take them off when you're talking. They have a transparency mode, which you can change by using this little round ring on the outside. But of course, you want to pause the music, switch on the transparency to hear the other person, or turn down the volume by doing this. Too much kerfuffle. So much easier to just remove it and talk. Or if you were talking to someone, you want to do that or that, and you should be able to talk while the music pauses. In this case, you pay so much money for this and it doesn't pause the music. And to pause the music is not that easy because you're just tapping on it and you can't really tap in the exact right place and it doesn't work. If you swipe forward, it skips to the next track. If you swipe backwards, it goes back a track, it rewinds it. But when you're trying to pause and do this, you sometimes end up doing the wrong things. So it's a bit annoying. Okay, let's talk about the sound quality. I'm really ashamed, but I should admit this, because a lot of us make mistakes in our life, but we are too ashamed to admit it because we think people will think we're stupid. I think that there's no harm in accepting what you did wrong and then improving and changing rather than pretending that you are not wrong. I had the Bang & Olufsen H9i headphones. There was nothing wrong with them. They were beautiful. I loved the sound quality. Everything was perfect. I got sucked into the style. I got sucked into the fact that I want to have the best of the best, and I went and bought these and I sold the other ones and I regretted it. To my ears, the sound quality of the H9i's was at least twice as good as these ones. The other thing is that these pads are not very comfortable, so you wear them for a long time. One, it starts to hurt on top of your head and then around your ears as well. Whereas the other ones, those headphones were half the price of these, and to be honest, they sounded much better, they were lighter, they felt better on my ears. So deep down inside, I regretted buying these, but I was too proud to admit it. And the thing is, if I'm going to use headphones, I want to be able to carry them and take them out with me. But if I think that they're a pain to travel with or go out into shops and walking around town because they're really massive and they're heavy, then I'm using them in the house. If I can afford to pay $1,000 for headphones, I'm one of those people who is likely to have a better sound system in the house. So why would you use them in the house? They're supposed to be, again, my point, portable. And if you can't port them with you, take them with you, then what's the point? And like I said, what's the point of this? This costs money to make. So Bang & Olufsen are charging you something that is just a beauty box that's never going to be used, and you're paying a lot of money for it. Okay, in terms of the actual features on the headphones themselves, there is a cable connector that you can put a 3.5mm jack into it, which is good. USB-C charging, great. So there is a button that controls your voice assistant, also useful. All the headphones you buy, always look for the ability to connect a cable, because there'll be many instances where you need a cable. So I have this little device that transmits lossless music from the iPhone to these, because over Bluetooth you can't get lossless music. So if I want to listen to good quality music, lossless audio quality, I have to use a cable with this device. So you need to have all your headphones, unless they can transmit lossless music, which I don't think is possible, but using Bluetooth, you need to look for that cable. The one thing that's very annoying with this is that these headphones don't work if there is no battery in it. So if you run out of battery, they stop working. The H9i's that I had, if you ran out of battery, you just plug in your cable and they worked. These ones, when I'm using my cable with the lossless thing, I have to switch them on, and again, a stupid thing. One other thing that I should mention here is that they sell you these headphones as having multiple microphones and directional sounds, and it's like having a mic in front of your face, and I'm sorry to say, Bang & Olufsen, you've just really missed the mark on this. The microphones are awful. So when you're on a phone call, there is so much wind noise, and it the sound quality is very poor. Even when I'm in the house, if I'm on these headphones, I always get asked by the other party saying, could you please use a different headset or use just the microphone on the phone, because they have trouble hearing the sound. These ones, little ones, on the other hand, sound quality is amazing. And the thing is, they don't have any boom mics coming to your mouth either. They're just in your ear. They're fine. But for some reason, these aren't good for phone calls. If you're out and about, you get a phone call, you have to remove them and use your phone because it doesn't work. So that's another thing to consider. Do you make calls or do you receive calls when you're out and about, and how would that impact your life? Because for me, I find it very annoying when I have a bag, or if I have shopping, or if, I don't know, have a rucksack, or I have my dog with me and I have my headphones, and then the phone rings and I have to remove it and take it out and switch from my phone to my from like the Bluetooth connectivity, so the sound doesn't come from here and instead comes from the phone. All that kerfuffle, not worth it. It should be touch a button and that's it. Not very hard, because there are thousands of other much cheaper brands doing an amazing job. I mean, Apple AirPods may not have the world's best sound. They are, compared to these, I think they're about 80% there. And the sound quality for phone calls, everything is so fantastic. And the workflows, you can activate your Siri, you can do things by voice that we're so used to these days. You don't have to press buttons and take things off and on. And if you're wearing gloves and no, sorry. So here is a little honest feedback on these Bang & Olufsen H95s. I'm going to make another more honest and critical video of these, so look out for that one. These are very good, but they have their drawbacks and issues as well. So I will make a video and explain what the issues are. Thanks for watching, as always. Until the next one. Ciao.